Hi guys, Derek Nathaniel here, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. For today's video, we're going to be looking into some TikTok makeup hacks. I've had some mutuals on TikTok send me through some TikTok makeup hacks that they want me to include in the video, and this is kind of going to be like a first impressions because I also have not seen the ones that they've sent, which is kind of scary if we're being honest here. I don't want to look like a clown by the end of this. I am somewhat aware of the makeup hacks on TikTok because I do use TikTok for makeup. A lot of them I'm assuming I have seen, but we will see when we get to it. Let's get started. So our first makeup hack is foundation related. I'm assuming they're in order, but we'll see as we get into it.
If you wear makeup, watch. Change your whole routine and try this instead. Moisturize first. Then after moisturizing, take some translucent powder. I usually use the Fit Me one, and I just lightly dab it all over my face. Not too much. Then take some setting spray. It could be any setting spray. I usually use the NYX one. After the setting spray, take a primer and just put your primer. Also, wait for the setting spray to dry first. Then just put on your foundation and just see what happens and how amazing your fucking makeup is gonna look. And it's gonna stay on 24/7 and it's not gonna crease.
Okay, so I have seen a few foundation hacks before. Not really this one, so this is gonna be interesting to try out. I'm definitely always keen for a new challenge or a new change up in my makeup routine. This does seem a bit longer, but I feel like it'll have good results. I mean, she looks amazing. Hello. Starting off, she moisturized her skin, which I have already done, and then she goes into using setting powder. So I'm grabbing some setting powder now. This isn't really translucent, it has somewhat of a color, but I think it will still do the trick, so we will see what happens. She said she lightly puts it on her face, so I'm trying not to gather too much when I go in with the brush. Alrighty, powder is on. The next thing she did was go in with setting spray. I'm going to go in with this Essence Instant Matte Setting Spray. Setting spray done. Now she just goes in with her everyday foundation. So I'm going to grab my foundation and my not dampened beauty blender. I'm going to be back. Alrighty, we're back with a now dampened beauty blender. I'm just going to take some of my foundation and pop it on my hand. She put it straight on her face, but I don't really like doing that. So I'm going to take that on my beauty blender and just pat this into my skin. Quick cut, I realized I forgot to put on primer, so if this hack doesn't work, it's probably my fault, but we're going to keep pushing through to see what happens. Okay, hear me out. Besides completely missing primer, I still think this makeup hack kind of worked. Like, my foundation is a lot more full coverage and it's usually pretty light. The Fit Me foundation is definitely not a full coverage concealer at all. Considering that, our first makeup hack I would say is a success, which is great news. It didn't take that long either. I thought it would take a lot longer. I don't know why. Okay, so it looks like we're moving on to concealer, and let's see what this hack is about.
Life-changing facelift concealer hack. This is how I used to do my concealer. Triangle under the eye. It's a very bright, very dramatic concealer everywhere. With this technique, you strategically place it on the inner and outer corner of the eye going upwards, and this will lift the face. If you have dark circles, just use a color corrector before your concealer. This uses less product, so it looks more natural, but you can use it for everyday or dramatic looks. I always set my concealer with a powder just to make sure that nothing creases. This is literally a facelift without the surgery, and your face will be snatched.
This concealer hack I am actually aware of. I have not used it before. I am also one that just likes plants the triangle under the eye and moves on with my life, which in all honesty is a bit of a waste of concealer. So if this does work on me, I'm probably going to keep doing my concealer like this. Starting off, she put concealer on her inner corner and then she brought it up the side of her eye. Okay. Feeling snatched already, girl. Okay, then she takes it down the side of her nose like this. I usually don't do this. I tend to put contour in that place, but I guess we will see where this all goes. And then finally she puts a bit of concealer up the side of her mouth like that. I'm blending this out with my beauty blender. I know she used a brush, but I like the beauty blender better just because I feel brushes leave strokes and marks on my face that I'm not really a big fan of. And then she takes a fluffy brush and sets the concealer, which I already do, so no difference there. Alrighty, so I wouldn't completely say my face looks completely different to how I normally do my makeup. There's definitely no thick concealer here, which usually brings out my face a bit more. This is kind of like as it's supposed to do. It's lifted up my eyes and I look more snatched. Moving on to our next makeup pack. Again, I'm assuming this is all in order, so we're going to see how this plays out. Okay, contour is definitely an interesting one. I did not expect to be using a fork for this makeup video, so I'm going to have to go grab one quickly and I will be back. And we're back. So, I got a fork. I tried to find one that was like long, so it kind of fit my nose. I'm not calling my nose long, even though it is. So she takes the contour shade and pops it on the side of her nose. I'm using that's not working. Okay. Tried to do that with a dark concealer, but I kind of flopped. I'm just gonna stick with powder. So hopefully this is still gonna work out, but we will see. I'm just gonna grab a little fluffy brush. This is the Morphe M431, and we're going to take a darker contour shade and pop that where she put her contour. And the other side, I know I'm a snack, but I definitely did not expect to be using a fork today. That looks terrible. Then she takes her concealer. We've kind of established the doe foot applicator doesn't exactly fit through this fork, so I'm just going to put it on a brush and see if I can get this where she put hers. Okay, stunning. Then it looks like she takes another brush and just blends all of that out. If you end up doing this makeup hack, please use a cream contour. I think she definitely used that for a reason. The powder is still blending out, so it does work, but I think a cream would be better for this 100 cement. And then I'm just going to take my beauty blender and blend out the contour on top of my nose because I'm not using another brush for that. So, about this makeup hack, I do not see myself lifting a fork every time I want to contour my nose or spending that much time contouring my nose when I could get the same result with a normal brush and powders. So that one I'm gonna have to say is a no from me. If you guys try this out, let me know. I'd love to see your results. I obviously did not use a cream contour, which would have been ideal. So this may actually still work 100%, but I will not be using cutlery for my makeup. It sort of jumps into blush next, and I would like to have some dimension to my face before getting into blush. Officially don't contour. I now have some dimension back in my face, and now we're going to be adding some life to our face with some blush. So I realize I'm going to get copyrighted on this music, so enjoy my singing. Doom, 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 doom. Ooh, ooh, doom, 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 doom. Okay, so I realized halfway through that I'm probably going to get copyrighted for that. So I hope you loved my little singing solo there. For blush, it looks like she was showing us two different options that we could do with blush. And one of them I already do. I like my face lifted when I do blush. So I usually just do that. I think the more rounded look suits a more rounded face. So like Kylie Jenner, she does her blush where it runs around like that. It gives a very, very soft look and I really like it. But I'm not the best at pulling it off. I just look crazy. So grabbing that blush brush, ooh, that's quite the tongue twister. I'm going to place my blush running along the side of my cheek to give me that lifted, sculpted look, because we are trying to be lifted and sculpted. I feel like out of all of the steps in my makeup routine, I like blush so much. It just makes me look alive again. I feel like a human being. So as you can tell, I don't have a problem with that step. Definitely nothing I would change. So that was a thumbs up in my books, and we'll be moving on to the next one. Welcome to part 2 of me avoiding copyright. The way that you love me. Ooh, for all of my pretty and all of my ugly too. I love to see me from your point of view. So this is a lip hack, and I hope you enjoyed my lovely solo again. I'm definitely not getting copyrighted on this video. For the lips, we're going to be starting off with a brown eyeshadow. I usually just outline my lips in a dark lip color, so I'm assuming it's going to have the exact same effect as a dark lip color would. So I'm just going to outline my lips in this contour quickly and I will be back. Lip contour done, I got my lip color and I'm going to go in with that over the lip contour to give me that full look that she has going on there. I definitely haven't used powder that much to outline my lips. I'm not a fan of it. It's kind of messy and it's easy to mess up. I feel like with a liquid lip or with a lipstick, it's easier to get that defined line when you go around. But powder can give you a little bit of fallout, and then that's just a whole bunch extra to have to clean up later. The lips are done, so it does not look like there's any eye or eyebrow makeup hacks, which is a bit unfortunate. I was kind of hoping there would be. I am aware that there is some fox eye makeup tutorials on TikTok, but I guess it's not really much of a hack. So I'm just gonna do my eyebrows quickly, throw in some mascara and lashes. Okay, we are back. I have the rest of my face done, and that is all of the TikTok makeup hacks for the day. Personally, I love how this turned out. I definitely think that the concealer trick worked 100%. I feel like my face is more lifted and more sculpted in general. The lip hack is definitely a lot like just using a regular lip liner or a regular darker lip color to go around. The foundation hack, I love it. So my skin looks absolutely flawless. I definitely think you don't need to use a primer if you don't want to. I didn't use a primer and it still turned out amazing. So obviously the steps before the primer or in between are just as effective without the primer. The foundation hack is still perfectly effective without a primer, is what I'm trying to say. Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you enjoyed it, drop a thumbs up down below and let me know what you thought about the video or what future content you would like to see. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I will see you in the next one.